All right, Shalom. This is Zariah Ben Yasharallah out of the Lion's Den. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of our great millstone, and it's sincere the water to the Akim and the Akwathim and the children that's pushing the truth and believing with sincerity. I'm doing this lesson on the State of the Union that Donald Trump gave. I think it was last night, if I'm not mistaken. And he said a lot of things that are gonna that he gonna have to. That's gonna. Well, I'm gonna get the scripture real quick. This is Matthew 12:36. It says, "But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment." And one thing that he said was the economy is the best it's ever been. And it's not. It truly isn't, because the economy is slowly and steadily collapsing. People around the world, they don't mess with the dollar anymore. It's losing its value slowly but surely. The Chinese came out with a new currency, the Petro Yuan, that's backed by oil, and the U.S. dollar is not backed by anything but faith. And the faith of this place is slowly and steadily declining. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 30. Verse 3, it says, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion." People believe in not only the government, but they also believe in the dollar, and that's ultimately going to be their shame when it collapses. They're gonna notice how stupid they were for believing in a piece of paper, for believing that saying that that money can buy. People say money can't buy happiness, but people live contrary to that. You see rappers, you see actors and athletes and stuff like that. They seem as if they're all put together, but truly their spirit and their mind is constantly tormented. You can see what all the actors and actresses and music artists who kill themselves or they go crazy because the industry that they're in this society, it torments a person's being. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 1 verse 31. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord." 2/3 of our people and the rest of the heathen, they don't look towards Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so for the 2/3 of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Israelites, woe to you when the dollar collapses and your shame is brought. Once the dollar collapses, you're gonna go to the U.S. You're gonna go to Egypt again, meaning you're gonna seek help from somewhere else, and you're gonna seek help from the U.S. government, and they're gonna chip you. Or they're gonna force the chip on you if you don't choose it, and that's going to be your destruction. You're not supposed to take that chip. It says so in Revelations. All right, and I'm gonna read it one more time. "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. They look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord." They don't seek Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai. All right. And every idle word that they speak right now towards the men who on the highways and byways pushing this word and truth, all right, that's going to be held accountable for them. One thing that Donald Trump said, and another thing that Donald Trump said in the State of the Union, was that the downsizing is over. The downsizing of America is over. And I got a scripture. All right, Con. So this is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 4. It says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord." So Donald Trump is wrong. Downsizing isn't over. It just began. All right. All these, not only America, but all these other countries that are in league with America, with the philosophies and with with their politics and stuff like that, they've eaten the fruit. They've eaten the fruit of the tree. And now the tree is about to get cut down. All right, the branches and all that is about to get cut down, and America is just going to be a desert. I'm going to reread that. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So the downsizing has just begun. All right, and that's something. That's gonna have to keep us focused in this day and age to come. All right. So all the words that these 2/3 and the heathens speak is going to be held accountable for them. All the men of the Lord do on the highways and byways. All we do, we speak scriptures, and we speak and we do our best to comfort our brothers and sisters who believe and try to and do their best to separate their minds and their spirits away from this society. All right. Another thing that Donald Trump said was our America's borders are the most secure that they've ever been. All right. He said that they're the most secure that they've ever been. And the scripture for that is Joel chapter 3. We'll start at verse 10. Oh, Salakia. This is Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 11. Salakia. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. America is that unwalled village. When you look at the map tactically, America has a very, very poor defense. Britain, throughout all of history, is like the best when it comes to navy. America doesn't really touch Britain's navy, and they have two oceans on both sides. When it comes to land, anybody can come through Mexico, as well as Canada and Russia can come through Alaska, Canada, and down here to America. So they're fucked on all sides. All right, and that's just looking at it tactically, and also when all these nations come together. As a matter of fact, let me get the scripture. Let me get Joel, because another thing that he said was the military. The America's military power is outmatched. It's the strongest it's ever been right now. And this is Joel chapter 3 verse 10. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen then round about. So America might have a strong army, but against Russia, China, and every other nation on the face of the earth, including Yahweh Yahweh Shai, that military power isn't going to amount for nothing. All right, and that's another idle word that he's going to have to give account for in the day of judgment, when those skies crack open and the chariots come down. All right, that's something that he's going to have to give account for. Not just him, but everybody who was in that room standing up after 2 words of that man saying something like that. And also 2/3 of our people and all the other people here in America and all the other people around the world who believe in the philosophies of America. All right. So another thing that he said is that the pride of America has been restored. All right. And I'm gonna get Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. And that's all you saw on that man, on that mascot, I should say. That's all you saw on that mascot is pride and a haughty spirit. Every time he said barely even a sentence, people would get up and just start clapping their ass off. All right, he would just look like, yeah, I'm unmatched, I'm the shit. All right. And he probably doesn't know how bad of a state America's in. Like these banking elite families are just letting him play his part. All right, everybody already hates him, and he doesn't really care about that. But when America truly starts to decay and everyone knows it, the way that the hopeful elect knows it already today. These the men out there on the highways and byways. All right, when everyone else knows it, that's when that's when that's when they're going to be covered with shame for believing, for putting their strength in Pharaoh. All right. So I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom.